Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Anime-chan. Today we're going to be looking at my reaction highlights and talking about episode 10 of DORORO. Before we get started with the episode, I just wanted to let you guys know that I do have Instagram, so if you guys want to follow me on there, that would be awesome. If you let me know that you are from my YouTube channel, I will definitely follow you back. I have two Instagram accounts, and you can decide which one you'd rather want to follow. The one is Anime-chan, and I post a lot of anime pictures and just thoughts on anime that I'm watching. And then the other one is Katie Mattel, which is like my online name, Katie. And on that account, I post a photo every day. So it's kind of like a visual diary. But yes, definitely just send me a message or comment on one of my photos and tell me that you're from my channel, and I will make sure to follow as many of you back as I can. Now, without further ado, let's watch the episode together, and then I will give my review at the end. Oh, fuck. Whew, got the goosebumps. How the fuck is he gonna defeat a monster in the water? Oh, he makes me feel like at this point, I know that there's probably a lot more to the story and I'm looking forward to finding out more. But at this point, I feel like he's just a spoiled brat who's not used to everyone's attention just being on him. Like anything that isn't about him and loving him and praising him, like his mother loves him, but just the fact that she doesn't spend all her, like, it's clear only child syndrome. Like, I'm an only child, so I can say that for sure. Like, when I had friends over and my mom would they would love my mom, and my mom would praise them and be so nice to them, and I would, especially if they slept over and for a day or two, and I would start getting listen, this is my mom, and then I would get irritated with my friends because that's how you, but this was when I was really little, and it's that's only child syndrome, and that's what I think he's just a spoiled brat that wants all of his mother's attention on him, and now that he clearly, her attention is split, there is a secret they're keeping from him, he doesn't want to know out of oh, this is clearly causing a sadness in my mother, I want to help her with this is about him, why are they keeping this from me, I deserve more love and attention. That's the energy that I'm getting from him. But I'm still open-minded, maybe he's a deeper person than that, but at this point in time, I feel like he's a very shallow person that has a lot of growing to do. Oh god, did he bite off his own tongue? Whoa, that's fucking loyalty, damn. I don't think he's a bad person, I just think he's a spoiled person. Spoiled child. Oh. Oh fuck, what are you gonna do? Does he maybe want to prove to his father he's an adult or something? Oh, is it because of the monster? He's not gonna die though. I don't see him. Uh-oh. This is because he wants to prove to his father that he's a man. That's what I think anyway. Oh, now I'm in the mood for prawns. Oh. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. They're making me worry. No, wait. It's not gonna be that easy. It's not gonna end like this. Someone's gonna get hurt. Quickly, smash it. Oh, that was so cool though. Look at this. Look at the visual. Look, this hole and then this. Oh, that looks so cool. Whoa, even that looks so cool. Look at that. Wow. The style. I don't know. Fuck. Saved 3 whole guys. I know it's impossible, but it's cool to see. Did you see him? Did you see him? Did he get something back? Did he get something back? Was it the demon? Fuck! So it wasn't a demon that gave him something back? But it was so good. Oh my god, he swooped in and then I was like, oh my god. So good. Oh, I wish there was more. I want to see the next episode. Okay. Before I start reviewing the episode, I wanted to ask you all a question. I did ask this to my patrons in the full reaction on Patreon. Is there an anime that you can't handle critiques on? With most anime, I'm pretty open to sharing my own likes and dislikes of the anime and listening to the likes and dislikes of others. Because no anime is perfect. There will always be the good side of each anime and then the parts that the anime could improve on. Plus, each person's likes and dislikes are different, so what you think was good, I might have found not so good. But that's what makes talking about anime fun, because we can learn from each other's perspective. For me, however, Dororo is that anime that I can't handle people talking negatively about. Whenever someone says anything negative about Dororo, I immediately shut off, because otherwise it influences my opinion of that person, even though I don't want it to. For example, today someone said that they didn't like the opening song of Dororo, and they didn't even say it was a shit opening. They didn't say anything rude. They just said that they didn't like it. And the first thing my mind thought was, shut the fuck up, get out. And I don't even want to reply to that person, because I would get so defensive, because that's how I feel about this anime. I just see the positive. So yeah, I just felt curious to know if you feel like that about any anime or a manga or whatever. I would like to hear in the comments, is there an anime or a manga that you cannot even watch reactions, because if the reactor says something negative about the anime, you'll like hate them, you know? So usually I'm not saying it's a good thing that I can't handle critique on this anime, but I'm just telling you guys that's how I feel about it. Okay, so let's talk about the episode. A few questions jump out at me. The first one I wanted to know from you guys, the giant crab monster, that wasn't one of the monsters that Hyakimaru was supposed to defeat to get a part of his body back. That wasn't one of the demons, right? Because there is, I think, a clear difference between monsters in that time and then demons. So, obviously, Hyakimaru's father, Daigo, he worships, basically, the demons. Or, I don't know if I would say worship, but he works with the demons. So, he sacrificed his son for them to, in a way, bless his land to flourish. But as I've mentioned before, when you only receive blessings in your life, that in itself is not a blessing, because you deprive yourself of the opportunity to learn through your challenges and to grow as a community through facing things like, drought. And I've mentioned before that I feel Daigo cheated life because he took kind of like a shortcut and let the demons take care of his problems for him by giving them his son. And I have also mentioned that I do see Daigo as I wouldn't say pure evil person, but I do think he is a bad guy in the conventional sense, because his intention was not focused on saving his people, but on maintaining his power and his status. I mean, if I look at the first episode, and very early in the episode, how he goes about going to the demons and sacrificing his firstborn son, he walks into that shrine and kills an elder person that warns him against doing what he's about to do, and then he makes that decision to sacrifice Hyakimaru. And like I said, I feel that didn't come from a place of I want to help my people. That came from a place of I need to maintain my power. I wish I could actually replay that episode Okay, see here he goes to the shrine. Goes up. And it says Hall of Hell. One who steps into this Hall of Hell has made a choice. To cast off Buddha and the gods in favor of the demons. I see it is futile to try and stop you. I just noticed that his eyebrows are a lot like Tahomaru, and Hyakimaru is more like his mom. I wonder if that's telling of something in their character. To cast off Buddha is to tread the path of evil. So here he gets a warning, but he makes the choice. It is to no longer be human. He makes the choice to tread the path of evil. Hell will surely await you. Okay, so let me just see this part. He says the holy path to Buddha you pray for exists nowhere. And I've mentioned this before as well, that when you are struggling through a specific challenge in your life, there are times where you feel like you'd rather be dead. There have been times in my life where life has felt so difficult that I felt like I would rather kill myself than be here. Like I just want nothing. And you kind of, in that moment, you feel like you give up on any God that may exist. How can there be a God if this is life? And in that moment, like I said, you feel like this is hell. But then when you have no other choice but to push through those moments in your life, for me it's now been 5 years since a moment like that in my life. I mean, yeah, there's been difficult times in those 5 years, but let's say about 5 years ago, it was 6 years ago now, almost 6 years ago, it was something so hard in my life where it felt like it was hell. And now looking back, 6 years later, looking back on that moment in my life, I realized that going through that struggle has enriched me as a person so much, and I have learned so much, and I have become the person I am today because of that difficult time in my life. Then my life has changed so drastically because of that horrible event. The hell that I went through has literally shaped me and my life today. And that's why if some being came to me right now and said that I can restart your life from 6 years ago and that bad thing will not happen. You will not remember anything or that it ever did happen. You will not remember these 6 years, but I can take you back and take that bad thing away, and then your life will develop however it would have developed if that bad thing didn't happen. If someone came to me right now, a god or something, and told me that I could choose to go back and take that bad thing away out of my life, knowing what I know now, going back, I would not choose for that not to happen. I embrace that challenge in my life now because I realize how much it helped me become a better person and a stronger person, and influence my choices to be where I am today. And I'm so grateful for where I am today. And why I'm telling you this is because Daigo, the holy path to Buddha you pray for, exists nowhere. Maybe in this point in his life, he felt like he was going through hell. His people were suffering. He was losing his power. I don't know, his wife was struggling to give birth. I don't know what was going on in his life, and he was feeling like he was losing everything. But maybe he felt like, okay, so let's cheat. Let's ask the demons to take care of my problems for me. But what he did by choosing this evil path is he chose to deprive himself from that learning experience. And that's why that's okay. But let's keep watching, and then I'll explain more as I go. And then he kills this man, and this shows me this is the first sign for me that he was not making this choice for his people or to help anyone. This was my first sign that this is a bad man. He is consciously choosing evil over good. By this point, it was too late. Okay, 12 demons. I am Daigo Kagamitsu, Lord of Ishikawa and the vassal to the governor of Kaga province. To me, this is saying his status and his name is his everything. He doesn't come on his knees asking for help for his people. He comes with this self-importance, this arrogance, and that's where the difference, and further proof for me that he is a bad person. Repeated famines and epidemics have swept my land, enfeebling my people to the point of death. As things stand, I shall never attain the power and renown I crave. So his whole reason for being here, for sacrificing his son, is not to help his people. It is to attain the power and renown he wants. My ambitions will remain a mere dream. Okay, so that is all I wanted to show you. Those are the reasons why I believe things were never going to end well for Daigo. If it wasn't Hyakimaru coming back to take his own body back, if it wasn't Hyakimaru, at some point, cheating life will come back to bite you on the ass. It's the same as cheating on a test. It might help you in that moment, but when it comes to having to apply what you're supposed to already know in real life, you will not have that knowledge or experience to help you in future situations, because you cheated back then, the same way that Daigo cheated here. The reason I'm pointing this out is because of people like this comment. This commenter says, Tahomaru would make a better leader than his father. And then someone replies and says, he is not tainted by years of war and suffering for his people. What his father did wasn't great, but that was his philosophy of one soul's hardship for thousands of souls' prosperity. He believes that means do justify the end, and that's normal in that era. He would be a better leader if he does stay as he is, even after hardships though. So what this person is saying, in my eyes, is that Hyakimaru's father believed that sacrificing his son to save all those people was the right thing to do. And I disagree. I do not think that was the reason why why Daigo chose to sacrifice his son. It was not to save 1,000 souls. That is not how he came to the demon. I just don't want people, and I just don't believe that his father is a good person. And because a good person, I just so strongly disagree with this notion. His father never wanted to help his people. That was not his intention. His intention was purely for his own self-interest and his own personal gain. He is not a good person. He did not do this to save 1,000 souls just sacrifice one soul for the greater good. That is not the case here. And I very, very strongly believe that. There's many people that do bad things with good intentions. Dororo's father, for example, I can more see as a good person who went about things the wrong way. Like Dororo's father killed a lot of samurai because of the pain and suffering a lot of people went through because of them. But if you think about it, it's the lords that are buying these, like, not all samurai are bad, and they are being paid and told to do these things. And if they didn't do those things, they themselves would be killed. So at the end of the day, it's almost like even if you kill all the samurai, you're not fixing the problem, you're just treating the symptoms and not the cause. So Dororo's father had good intentions but went about them the wrong way. Daigo did not have pure intentions, and I strongly disagree with anyone who tells me that, like this person says, what his father did wasn't great, but that was his philosophy of one soul's hardship for thousands of souls prosperity. I think that's the biggest bucket of bullshit that anyone could fucking make themselves drink. Like, excuse me, no. Daigo chose evil. He chose to take the path of the demons instead of asking the thing is, that's why I explained the whole, sometimes you're going through hell and you wish things were, you wish you were dead, or you wish you could ask demons for help, whatever. But once you live through that pain and live through that challenge, and you grow through it as a person or as a community, you come out stronger on the other side. And challenges are part of life. Yin and yang, okay? You need day and night, you need sun and rain, you need both sides to live a balanced life and to grow as a person. That is what our souls need to do. We need to grow. That is why we're here. And you can't grow if you cheat at life. And fucking Hyakkimaru's father, Daigo, cheated. He did not do it to save anyone. He did it to save his own ass and to attain the ambition and the power that he wanted for himself. It had nothing to do with saving his people. That was just an effect of, he craves the power, so he needs his people to prosper. But it isn't his love for his people that makes him want them to do good. He wants the power that comes with prospering, flourishing lands. To me, that is a complete two different things. He is a bad person. And I don't see it like this person in the comment sees it at all. I don't see it the same way. And I don't care if you think that it's because of what Daigo went through, the hardships tainted by years of war and suffering for his people. Bull fucking shit. That is not how you turn out. That going through shit like that, you don't become this evil person. And now, no. Who else went through suffering? Mio went through suffering. The person who raised Hyakkimaru was faced with all of that hardship and war and awfulness, and they did not become evil people. You do not become evil through hardship. You face hardship and you choose which side, you choose what to do with that hardship. You either turn on the world and turn on its people and work only for power and your own personal self-gain, or you choose the good. You choose to face those challenges head on and still choose love. No person, no good person, no person with love in their heart would choose to sacrifice a child, their child, to demons, to sell their child to gain power, he used those words himself. So don't tell me he did it because he believed in the greater good. That is not the greater good. Selling, I've talked about this in Fairy Tale before, where Lucy was faced with a choice by one of the evil wizards that looked like a leopard or something, and he gave her a choice. Here are two lives. This is a woman carrying a baby. This is an old grumpy man, and this old grumpy man was shouting at her and at Lucy, and he was being so rude. And there were this woman that was begging for her and her son's life in her belly, and this man that was shouting and being so rude, and he was really old. So clearly maybe he just had 10 years to live left. Whereas this woman was young, she had a child, and the evil wizard gave Lucy a choice. I want you to choose which one do I kill. I'm gonna kill one of these, but you choose. And Lucy could not make the decision. She could not bring it over herself. And you guys might think that, oh, but he actually did a really brave thing. I'm not saying you guys, but some people might think he actually did a really brave thing to save all his people but first of all, it wasn't for his people. That wasn't his intention. That was just a byproduct, like an effect of gaining power, because that was his intention. Second of all, Lucy could never make that choice, because any person with really strong morals wouldn't kill someone to save someone else, because you don't know. At the moment you take someone's life and judge its worth, you sell a part of your soul. So, for example, if let's say Lucy had chosen this woman instead of this old man, and then this woman lived her life, a normal life, and her son was born, but he never married and he died, and then they at least had 2 full lives, you know? She saved 2 lives, you would think. But who knows if this horrible, rude old man could have cured cancer, and he could have saved thousands of people. Like, you cannot say choosing one life over another life is a good decision. You can't say that. That's what you can't do what Daigo did and still, like, yes, it's scary, and you think you would understand if Lucy chose, like most people would choose the mother and child. If they had to make a choice, they would choose the mother and child over the old man. But the moment you make that choice, you sell a part of your soul. And the thing is, when you are forced with a gun to your head, and you're forced to make that decision, and the guy says, if you don't choose, I'll kill them both. Luckily in Fairy Tail, Natsu swooped in to save the day and no one was killed, okay? But if you made the choice to save the mom and the child over the old man, most people wouldn't blame you for that, okay? But my point is, with Daigo, to me, his intent, it was all about his intentions. He didn't have to go to the demons. He didn't have to. He could have faced that challenge with his people. He could have done 100, he made 100 other choices. And there are many people still today who face a war, who face droughts. Sadly, it's a horrible part of life. In Cape Town, there was a drought for a while, and people suffered a lot. They had to restrict a lot of water usages, and it was a difficult time for the community. But now the drought is over. A few months later, I don't know exact times, but the community is so much stronger. Now they know, look what we faced together. Imagine if it might have been easy, one person could sell their son to demons and then the drought wouldn't have been there. But then the community's bonds wouldn't have been as strong. The thing is, people are going to die. And if people die from a drought or from whatever, that is out of our hands. We can only do our best. But to willingly choose to go to demons to sell your son's soul, I'm sorry, but I do not see you as a good person who chose the greater good to save his people. It wasn't about that. And no one, you can try and convince me in the comments, you can try and convince me otherwise, but that is some bullshit right there. God, I didn't even talk about the episode, but this was a great episode, and I loved it. Obviously, I love everything about this anime. I screamed when I saw Hyakimaru swoop in, and I'm so glad that Tahomaru saw him, and I can't wait to see in the next episode. I want to see an exchange between them. I want to see how many this is 10 episodes. We're 10 episodes in. There are a total of 24 episodes in the anime, so we're not even halfway through. I'm looking forward to a lot more from the series. Definitely an amazing fucking series, and I love every moment of it. Usually, if I love an anime this much, I would want to read the manga, but because of all the differences I've heard of, like, this is an adaptation, so they are allowed, and Like, it's their prerogative if they want to change things and add new things and interpret stories differently. And from what I've heard about the differences, I love this adaptation, and I don't want to read the manga because I am so fulfilled already, you know? Most of the time when I want to read a manga, it's because the anime, it always like, I want to know more. So the anime almost doesn't give me enough. But with this, it's so fulfilling that I don't feel like I need to read the manga. Like, the story is being told so beautifully that I feel like it's enough. But if you do want to point out any differences, I am always willing to read those. It's not like I don't want to know the differences. It's just like I feel like I don't need to read the manga to get anything more from the series. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching with me. I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!